Alright, well, time to feed these portable PC gamers. Hello, people. Mornings. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. But, uh, you know, when Elden Rings came out and the Shadows of the Erdtree expansion was announced, Games Radar Plus or Gamers Rant, one of the two, they had an article talking about Shadows of the Erdtree could be split into 4 DLCs. Yeah, so Elden Rings was, like racking up awards and all that. But once the announcement of the DLC was announced, when it was first announced, Games Radar Plus or Gamers Rant had an article on it, and they were talking about Shadows of the Erdtree could be split into four DLCs. And the game, people was loving the game, but then once the announcements of the expansion was announced, the anticipation was building, and it was building upon release date, and even a new trailer came out. There's 2 trailers. So the Miyazaki, the director, he came out and said Shadows of the Erdtree is going to be only 1 DLC. Right? I don't know if he said that to throw people up, to throw the fans off. But now that the expansion is out, the fans of Elden Ring right now, they want a new expansion. Listen to this. See if I can pull this up here. It says here, Elden Ring fans demand another DLC after Shadows of the Erdtree. Fans aren't ready to leave Elden Rings behind. So just like how Dark Souls got like 2 expansions, and with the story that Gamers Rant or Games Radar Plus did on Shadows of the Erdtree being 4 DLC expansion, the fans, they want more. Says fans on Reddit have begun to demand another Elden Ring DLC. Shadows of the Erdtree only dived into the backstory of the Queen Marika. Fans believe that the story has a lot more to offer, especially for God Skins and Golem Eye Queen. So by the looks of that now, it looked like Gamers Rant or Games Radar Plus, they were right. Anyway, says here, From Software released the first DLC Elden Rings, Shadows of the Erdtree, last month. To no one's surprise, the DLC ended up being every bit as good as the base game. Following its success, fans are craving another journey into the Elden Rings universe. It says, while From Software might not have plans to create DLC, most fans seems to agree that the game deserves more content. Why it matters, fans believe that there is a lot more to discuss with Elden Ring's story, so a second expansion could take a deeper dive into the lore, just like the fans want. And then it says Shadows of the Erdtree is From Software's biggest DLC to date. However, there was more room to explore the overall lore. The story of the expansion mainly focused on Queen Marika, but a lot of the questions are still unanswered. There is a lot more lore to explore since we have hardly dived into the story of the the Golem Eye Queen. Then there are also Godskin apostles, who are more of a mystery and can be better explained with another DLC. Says, however, at this time, the possibility of another DLC looks to be quite thin. Miyazaki confirmed that Shadows of the Erdtree would be the only expansion Elden Rings would get, but he did leave room for more content in the future if there were any new ideas. And then it says, unfortunately, fans seems to agree that there won't be another DLC for Elden Rings. This is a bit disappointing since From Software would be moving on without realizing this IP full potential. And it says here, Even with a current demand, From Software might not necessarily return for another DLC. The studio has always been one to follow its vision, so another DLC will only happen if the team feel like it has genuinely great story to tell again. However, if the team decides to change course, Elden Ring fans would be in for a treat. And it says here, was our article helpful? Anyway, this is from our Tech for Gamers. But here's what got me though. Here's what got me. There is a lot of room. There is a lot more lore to explore, since we have hardly delved into the story of the Glome Eye Queen, right? That's one. Then there are also Godskin Apostles. That's two. And then who are more of a mystery than can be better explained. Well, here's what Tech for Gamers said then. However, at this time, the possibility of another DLC looks to be quite thin. Miyazaki confirmed that Shadows of the Erdtree would be the only expansion Elden Rings would get, but he did leave room for more content in the future. If there's any new ideas. Well, look. When it comes to the Elden Rings, a second expansion, only time will tell. Maybe Miyazaki said Shadows of the Erdtree was going to be the only expansion to throw the fans off, and have them wait for a little minute while they build the second expansion. And like I've always said, time tells everything. So once they drop the once they have enough time to build the second expansion, then all of a sudden they come out of nowhere with the second expansion and surprise everybody. So if Miyazaki is saying that Shadows of the Erdtree will be the only expansion, maybe he did it because he don't want to give the fans any clue that he's working on a second expansion or anything. Everything is like tight lip, hush hush, no leaks, no rumors, nothing. So everybody can sit there, so the development team can sit there and plan out the second expansion, sit around the table and plan out the second expansion and figure out how they're going to go about this. But based on this article though, there's a lot more lore to explore and more room to grow. So right now, the base game and the expansion will keep the fans busy. But with the way this video game console market and the way video games are going, like Gamers Rant say, the Shadows of the Erdtree could be split into 4 expansions. Only time will tell. So give it time. I got a feeling they might be working on the second one. They just ain't saying nothing. They just probably go dark about it. Nope. They just go straight dark. You don't hear nothing, and all of a sudden they just come out of nowhere and just drop it on you. So yeah, I think that's what they're doing. So give it time. Remember, I tell you, time tells everything. So, and time is honest, by the way. So yeah, the Shadows of the Erdtree second expansion. Only time will tell, But you best believe that the fans demanding a second expansion, that means another reason that Miyazaki might have said, "Oh, there's no there will not be a second expansion," is to kill the pressure, kill the pressure, like make the pressure die down, and then have people thinking like, "Oh, there's no second expansion." But while you guys are sitting there thinking that, they're working on the second one. So that will take pressure off them so they can focus on the second story. But like I said, only time will tell. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars Star Trek 5 for Dark Side. Go. Peace.